How are you doing? Let's sip and chat. Let's sip and chat. Do forgive me for my headphones dangling in front of me. My Bluetooth piece is dead and I haven't charged it. So I think we may be manifesting opinions straight back at us. So what am I drinking? I have got in here this is hibiscus tea. Now I have enough battery life in this, about 17%, to help me do this quick video. For me is here on YouTube platform, perhaps in any chance. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Deborah. I do all things non-conformism when it comes to my entire life, lifestyle, my well-being, things that just I don't want to do as far as anybody else is concerned, or what their opinions are, and that also goes for my hair, my freeform locks. So in today's video, I am talking about as the title says, I think we might be manifesting things or manifesting opinions that are coming straight back at us. And what am I talking about? I was just thinking a couple of days ago about when these nomas is what I call them, and I hope the connectivity is okay, bearable. It's hard to tell how good the connectivity is when you're doing a live broadcast. Because it's live. I can see some glitchiness here or there, but I hope it's good. Okay, and do let me know if and when you do come in, watch this video, where you are joining from. So the other day I was thinking to myself, these nomads, these opinionated people who come at us sometimes with our freeform locks and want to have an opinion about what they think about our locks. And one of the common ones that we get, or you hear a lot of people saying, is, especially when it's online, people seem to have this brazen boldness to say anything they like, because we are all sharing this social media space, that they can just hide behind social media and say whatever the lip they want to say. And you tend to get these comments where they are insinuating that freeform locks are ugly. Now, to some extent, I don't blame them. And this is why I say I don't blame them. If we are going through a journey of having our hair, we're going through life, we're doing life, in the states that comes naturally to us, that we want to portray ourselves, that we want to carry ourselves, not even portray ourselves, but we just want to carry ourselves that way. This is how I choose to wear my hair. And if I, Deborah, I am saying things like, my hair is going through an ugly stage, or my hair is at an ugly stage, is it any wonder that people out there who know F all about our hair will be making comments about our locks looking ugly, especially freeform locks, because they grow so uniquely. They are so unique. They are the most unique of hairstyles. They are the most unique and so diverse. There's no two head of freeform locks that would look the same, exact the same, ever, ever, ever. So when people come across it and they are not mindful, and they are not empathetic about their opinions, we have what we say to anyone at any given time. And that goes for anything whether it's about the person's, especially about your anatomy, your being, your person, your physical. You have to be careful. Just like people come at freeform lock wearers with these nasty opinions about, I think your hair is ugly, I think your hair is this, I think your hair is that. If tables were to be turned and someone said that to them about anything about their anatomy, would they be so accommodating? So you get a lot of opinions that are just unwanted. However, I want to say, and I'm saying this to myself, and I say this all the time in my videos on my channel, I want to be very careful about what I am putting out there, what I am manifesting out there, by not referring to my beautiful locks, my very unique locks, my locks that are me and me alone, by not referring to them as ugly or going through an ugly stage, even though I understand what that means. I understand that when people say they're going through an ugly stage, it is more what they're saying, I think, is I'm going through a stage which I'm feeling not so comfortable with. I'm going through a stage where it's not how I'm expecting it to look. I'm going through a stage where it's not how I want it to look right now. With that being said, I've shifted my mindset to not expect it to look any way other than the way it's supposed to look. I am shifting my mindset, and I have shifted my mindset to not expect it to do anything other than what it should do, and not have expectations of it, because I have no control over how it will grow. So therefore, if I have no expectations and have no control over how it should grow, what it grows like shouldn't be a surprise to me. However it turns out, I should be prepared and willing to accept it. And so on the back of that, I have no right, really. It's more or less, it's an insult to my own locks. It's an insult to nature that is in control of how it grows, for me to tell nature that it's ugly, And I always use the example. I love, if you know me or you've been following my channel for a while, I like to use the analogy of things in nature. If I'm not using, I'm using trees or I'm using plants. And imagine me going out into nature and seeing a baobab tree or a shea tree, a shea butter tree, or seeing a banana tree and going, you are so ugly. Imagine, and I'm going to consume that thing. I'm going to cut from it and use it and eat it and digest it. And I'm cutting from something that I have just said is ugly. How ugly could it be that I'm cutting from it and I'm eating? So the point I'm making in this video is I want us to be careful, and I'm saying this to myself. I must be careful about what commentary I put out there in terms of my hair, my locks, my looks, similar, or I am not manifesting those words into the atmosphere for those normas to pick up on it and throw it back at me and throw it in my face. I was saying to my sister yesterday, we were having a discussion about, Botox. Neither one of us is thinking, but it came up in conversation about something we'd seen or read somewhere, and she was having a discussion with me about the content of Botox, and that I think there's something inside of the medicine that is considered to be poison. Now, for those of you who do Botox, please don't come at me. If I'm wrong, correct me. So anyway, we were talking about it, and Botox and fillers. And I was saying to her, I think when I was about 19 was the first time I had seen something on television where people were beginning to doing it for years, but that was the first time I'd come across it, where I'd seen someone talking about having fillers, or I don't know whether it's Botox they put in their lips to pump up their lips. And I was so mad. I was so angry at myself because for the longest of time, from a very young age, of having my lips. I always had this thing about my lips were too full, and there I was watching someone getting something injected into their lips because they wanted fuller lips, and I naturally have it. I was so angry with myself. I was like, damn, for years and years and years, I have been doing myself a disservice by questioning what has been given reconnecting. So I do apologize. I'm right near the internet. I don't know why it's slow, and it's actually quite late as well. It's about 11:30 here in the UK. So yeah, and it's pretty cold as well. We've had temperatures now in below zero, sub-zero. So I think next double digits sub-zero temperatures here in the UK. So it's really cold. And anyway, I'm just going to wrap up by saying, that there I was, being ungrateful and questioning what has been given to me naturally, when there are people who are desperately looking for that which I have, which they do not have. So I really just wanted to wrap up by saying, let's just be a bit more mindful about what we are saying to our own selves, what our thoughts are as well to our own selves, so that we're not giving power to others out there to project those very same things that we think about ourselves. So for me, there was no ugly stage in my locks. My locks is going through a stage. It's been really, really short and loose, and then started to do the buds and things like that, and it's just progressed and progressed and progressed. So, oh, and one correction I want to make about one of my previous shorts. I forgot to say in there, and I don't like to say in the caption of that video. Maybe I'll put in something in the comments on that video. My locks were sticking up. That's because I had a hair tie on it. So my locks are not sticking up by themselves. Yeah, they do stick up, but in that video, it pouchless tie. It's growing, and sometimes it's sweeping my ears or sweeping something here, and it makes me flinch, like I've got to fly somewhere. So occasionally I just want to take it out of the stick it up, so it's out of the way. Yeah. So this is what they're looking like right now. You enjoy seeing the locks out, and I also enjoy having it out. So this is what it's looking like. So before my phone suddenly dies in the middle of the video, yeah, I'm just going to I can't do a proper 360, but I think I'll give it one more wash before the year is over. I'm going to have one more wash before the year is over. The day I did the herbal rinse, potent. I could tell it was very, very potent because it kind of left. If you look closely on the video, the short I did where I said this is the result. If you look closely, I did a 360, I think. There was a little bit of a film at the end of, I think it was this bunch, this Congo here, or one of these ones here. So the following day, I went back in and I did a good shampooing. I think I shampooed on the day I did the herbal rinse. I think I did, or didn't I? I think I did do a shampoo. I can't remember. In here, I've got hibiscus all the way from the Gambia. I've got some bay leaves, and I also have another kind of bark of a tree which is used for tea in the Gambia as well. They actually use it to brew green tea, something called attire. So, and I've got some honey in here. So I've got a bit of a film on my, you know, a bit of a film from the honeycomb from the honey. So I use some honey in here as well, just to take away some of the sharpness of the hibiscus. The hibiscus is really sharp. Hibiscus in there, but this will make for I'm about to do some amazing things pretty soon. So just stay tuned, and yeah, I'm about to do some amazing things going forward. This will make for a wonderful drink under different circumstances. But this is warm. This is a warm tea. It's not a cold tea. This is pretty warm right now. So and it's so soothing as well. You know, when you're just drinking tea and the weather is so cold, you know, and you're trying to keep warm. So yeah, yeah. I also need to henna. So on my nails, this is another thing that I do. I do use nail polish every now and again, but as I've gotten older, and because I do quite a bit of gardening, I find that my fingers are always in the soil. So in order for me not to be having chipped nail polish, I just find that polishing my nails are no longer essential. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, this is henna. This is natural henna that I just mix, and then I put it on my nail, and then I leave it there for a while, and it stains the nails. That's it. So I will be redoing this so that I don't have this ombre kind of look when the nail starts growing out. So the henna is usually at the very tip here. Sometimes, but then when my nail is growing out, and as the week goes by, it fades off, and then you've got this kind of whiteness here, which is my nail. Yeah. So, and it strengthens the nail as well. When I had that in my hair, I won't be able to wash it out. It's just going to damage my hair. So I don't use it in my hair. So that pretty much is the video. Anyway, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section. What you think about, I think we might be manifesting things, opinions out there, which might be damaging, you know. We just need to be careful about what we're saying. But maybe I'll come back and do another video or live video or short one of these days. But I think you might want to know how many locks I have. I pretty much have just tons and tons of Congos now. This is what I'm working with. So I have this one here, which is one, and I'm growing some new locks here. I don't know why the internet is so glitchy. I've got this here. This was really, really small a few months ago, but it's growing. It's really thin, but I know it'll thicken up because guess what? I'm a fine-haired woman. So that's one. This is the third one here. This is three. Super thick, really, really thick. The base is just unbelievably thick. Amazing. Really super thick. And I'm loving it. That's three. Four. I need to also add some more cowrie shells. Some of them have fallen out. That's four. One, two, three, four. I have one at the back. Five. I think this is now become one. You can see two there, but they're just one. Six. Yeah, so that's all of it. That's all of it there. I have. Oh, I've got one here, seven, and this big one here, eight. So I've got 8 locks. Yeah, and these just are like they just look different, you know. These were somewhere down here probably about a year ago, and they've now really embedded speak. So what was it? 7, wasn't it? 7 or 8. So my battery is going and it's telling me it's going. All right. So that pretty much is it for tonight. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to like the video. Check out the rest of my channel. Subscribe. If you want to, you can turn on your notification bell. If you don't turn it on anyway, and if you are a subscriber or if you even have any interest in vlogs, I think my video will show up in your feed anyway. YouTube will, that's cool. I am also on Instagram, although I do things slightly different on Instagram. On Instagram, it's the same name, Nonconformist Eyewear. I do more kind of my sustainable life, sustainable fashion, just sustainability. And on Facebook, I pretty much just don't write anything under my nonconformist other than just photos. And also, I do have a website actually. So yeah, which is Deborah Sawyer. That's deborahsawyer.co.uk. Yeah. So that pretty much is it. Thank you so much for joining. I'm loving my locks right now. And this is the best thing that I've done to my hair in a very long time. Just let it be, let it do its thing, and let me get on with life and enjoy the rest of life rather than waking up and worrying every day what I need to do to my hair, what style I should do to my hair. This is how I wake up, and this is how I rock my hair on a daily basis, except if I'm wearing a scarf or a head wrap or something. And at the moment, head wraps are coming in really, really handy because the weather is so cold. Just the cold even touching my scalp just makes me feel uncomfortable. So when I put my head wraps on, I can cover my ears and bye-bye. Is it going off? It is.